Do you ever think, oh shit, what have I done? Well, that's maybe what's going through my head right now. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nick Hancock, a runner. I'm a sub 250 marathoner. I am a 100-mile finisher, and I am a dad of two, husband to Alison, who is battling stage 4 cancer, and I have decided that I'm going to have another crack at the 2:35 marathon. And then 12 days later, going to do the very tough, in fact, it's probably one of the toughest 100-milers in the world because it's on the Cornish coast in January, the Arc of Attrition 100, just 12 days after trying to do a 2:35 marathon on the road, which I'm going to be flying all the way over to Houston in Texas to do that attempt. And every week I am going to be documenting this journey. I'm going to give you a little breakdown of the kind of training that I'm doing, what it is I'm focusing on, what I'm struggling with, all of the things that I know people out there do as well with their training, you know, the struggles, being a dad and all that kind of stuff, and parent, what have you. So let's get stuck into it. This is my first week. So first things first, we have just been on holiday. We've had our summer holiday. We went to Scotland for 2.5 weeks. The weather was very Scottish. I unfortunately also didn't feel very well for pretty much most of it. And I was also recovering from the 100-miler and the 100K that I'd done. Medals are here somewhere. I was third at the Race to the Stones on the podium at that one. And I was 23rd male, 27th overall in the South Downs Way 100-miler. So I was having a little bit of a break anyway. I'd already had 2 weeks off. Then you throw in another 2.5 weeks of holiday and everything that comes with holidays, eating out for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And then if you add on the fact that I was not running, I did have a little bit of a shock when I stood on the scales on Monday. Yeah. Not my finest, probably close to being close to the heaviest I've ever been. So my focus this week has been getting back on top of my food situation. So I have been eating really healthy, things like tuna niswa salads, eating really healthy, getting my meal prep done, having everything laid out so that I'm not reaching for snacks that aren't in my plan. Yeah, I stood on the scales at the start of the week at 89.5 kilos. By the end of the week, 87 kilos. So a little bit of that holiday weight has fallen off already, which is great. Back to running. It wasn't my finest week. The plan did kind of change a little bit. I don't know about you. I don't know if there's something in it. I have spoken to a nutritionist friend about it, but I definitely see a correlation between, when I'm out on holiday and eating loads of ice cream and puddings and, fatty, rich restaurant food, and then getting back and going like real healthy, virtually no processed food at all, apart from my gels and my favorite, which is sweet chili sauce. Pretty healthy, really nice, fresh, plenty of fruit, fresh vegetables, that kind of stuff. I definitely see a correlation between eating like that, then going back to eating super duper healthy and getting the worst headache for a good 3, 4, 5 days. So my plan last week was Monday, because what I'm going to try and do is, to get rid of this fat, is to do a little bit of body recomposition. So quite a lot more strength work than I would normally be doing if I was in a marathon training block specifically, ages away from the races. So I actually planned to do 5 lifting sessions last week. I did 4. The one session I did miss was actually just a very short, almost like HIIT style, not quite, but almost like HIIT style. That was the one I did miss. But Monday started off with a bang, squats, dumbbell bench press, Bulgarian split squats, all of that kind of really focused on a little bit higher repetitions than I would be prescribing if it was pure strength. I'm looking to just build a little bit of muscle back and get a bit of definition before I really start working on that strength. So that was Monday. I also did a recovery ride on Zwift for 30 minutes just to get things going. And I couldn't really do much more than that anyway because my head was pounding. Following day was pretty much the same. I did another strength session. I did an early morning, 45 minutes on the treadmill whilst watching the second half of the Matrix Reloaded. I nearly fell off the treadmill trying to dodge a bullet because the screen's right there, and, all the movement and everything. I nearly fell off. That was quite funny. Could have been quite dangerous. And that was all I could manage for the day. My plan was to do a second run, which was going to be in the evening, which was going to be going to my local club and doing one of the club sessions. But my head was just, I couldn't get rid of it. No paracetamols, nothing could get rid of it. So I just focused on the strength work, which was things like deadlifts, rows, pull-ups, some posterior chain type stuff. Again, higher repetitions than normal because I'm looking to build that muscle. And yeah, just the 45 minutes in the morning. So had to adapt because of that. Wednesday, as I explained at the beginning or mentioned very briefly, my wife, Alison, is fighting stage 4 breast cancer, which spread to her brain. She's doing amazingly, but the fun of our lives is that every 3 weeks we have to go in for chemo. She's on a tablet form at the moment, but Wednesday, what I did have planned for Wednesday, I just sacked off because it's also the school holiday. So me and the boys, we had to take Alison to the clinic while she had her chemo, and she also had some scan results which were pretty good, so we're happy with that. But yeah, Wednesday ended up being a write-off. I didn't do anything exercise-wise on Wednesday, plus my head was still really, wasn't as bad, but it was still like a haze, if almost. So yeah, that was the change there. Thursday was a double run day, just 2 easy runs really. I did a 1 hour easy run in the morning, and then in the afternoon I did something a bit more sprightly, which actually I didn't feel very good for in the last mile. I ended up walking home. So yeah, that wasn't great. It was pretty warm, pretty humid. I think I was a bit stressed as well. Coming back from holiday, I'm obviously catching up with all my athletes and everything that running a business entails. Then you throw in the mix that the kids are still off school. Then you throw in the mix that we've got cancer-related stuff to do, which was pretty full on for the first 3 days because it's not just the Wednesday of chemo. It's going to the pre-chemo session the day before for blood tests and stuff. That's a pretty standard. So yeah, it was. I would think I was pretty stressed by Thursday, and I just run out of mental energy, I think, more than anything. But I did wake up on Friday feeling a lot better. I did a VO2 max speed work session supposed to be 6 by 3 minutes, but it was really hot. It was like 30 degrees. And I had left it until, what time did I go out? 4 p.m. So it was pretty warm, and at that point of the day. So I went out anyway and did 5 by 3 minutes. I managed in the end, called it a day at that because it was just too hot and I was starting to slow down dramatically. That session went pretty well, apart from cutting off the last one, not quite hitting the kinds of paces that I wanted, but my heart rate was right up there, which is fine. That was kind of the idea with it. Saturday, Thursday, I also did a third strength session. Saturday, I did a fourth strength session, which was the one I missed on Friday. And I went to parkrun because I love a bit of parkrun. Check out my parkrun video that I did recently. Went to parkrun because I'd done a pretty hard session the day before, and I'm still not really kind of feeling as sprightly as I normally do. 1940, not particularly quick. Didn't run it particularly hard. I must admit, I did find the last half a mile, the last kilometre, tough going, even though I didn't
feel like I was really pushing it. So I probably could have run a lot faster than that. But maybe another 30 seconds or so, but very indicative of, I've had quite a few weeks off. I've not been very well. I'm a lot bigger than I normally am. And yeah, that was Saturday. So happy with that. That's where I'm at. No problem. That's what we're working with. And then Sunday, I did just 75 minutes, easy running alongside the boys whilst they're on their bikes, got them out for a bike ride. Fair play to them. They did 10K in that 75 minutes on their bikes. Miles is quite new to riding a bike. So, proper proud dad moment to have got him riding his bike. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week. I must admit, I'll tell you more about this week, but I'm feeling a lot more sprightly, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this week and how it goes. But yeah, there we go. It's all been road running this week. I've kept it 100% on the roads. I'm probably not going to do much trail, if any, for a little while. I want to really work on just getting the rhythm back, get the consistency back, but getting the rhythm back, getting that that ability to run strongly, feel aerobically good, and nail some sessions. And then I'll start integrating a bit of trail before it starts raining loads again and it all gets muddy. I definitely want to get out there on those lovely trails. So there you go. Please do consider subscribing, following along. Let's see if I could get from old fat bastard. It's my birthday tomorrow. At time of recording, I am 43 tomorrow. So let's see if I can get from being a little fat bugger, fat dad, to a 2:35 marathoner. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. It's not, I'm going to try and do it. I am going to run 2:35. You hear it here first. Follow along and then top 10 in the Arc of Attrition. That's the plan. Let's go.